Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Command Center. We'd like to put our favorite commander, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do that unless we play those three magnificent letters, EDH. What does it stand for today, Hadou-ken?
You guys know what it stands for by now. I'm ashamed I even have to look you guys in the face and tell you what it is again. But you know what? For the sanity of this episode, let me tell you anyway. It stands for effort demands honor. That's right, to put in the work, to put in the effort, to be the best player in this format that you could possibly be. We don't care about lesser formats, but Commander, it takes effort, dignity, and patience. But before we go down this line of today's topic, let's give a shout out to our newest patron.
That's right. Every episode, we always want to shout out a new patron who has joined the Mana Squad. And today, we are welcoming Joseph Kilcar.
Thank you, Joseph, for believing in what we do and contributing to the Mana Squad. And because you decided to shout us out, let's shout out your favorite commander.
Joseph's favorite commander is a partner pair. It is Hadou-ken and Paco.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, you probably haven't. Normally I give you grief about, hearing commanders. You probably didn't hear about this because this came out around Ikoria about a year ago.
Oh yeah, Ikoria is what we blanked out because those monsters were so pathetic.
Yeah, specifically the Commander 2020 packs. But this is a partner pair where Hadou-ken Avid Arcanist is the human part of the pair. And basically it says that you may play non-creature cards exiled with fetch counters on them if you exile them. And you can spend mana as though if it were mana of any color. And the way that you get those cards out there into exile is you use Paco Arcane Retriever, which is a 3/3 with haste. And whenever Paco attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. Put a fetch counter on each of those cards, and Paco gets a 1/1 counter for each non-creature permanent.
Okay, I see where you're going right now. I see what you're doing right now. You're trying to play stuff for the free ski. Let me introduce you to a guy that I know named Intent. But that's neither here nor there. I like this combination. I like this partner pair. And Jim, I like the way you tetherball.
Okay. Thank you for joining the Mana Squad. But today, we are here to officially kind of, we've already evaluated Strixhaven already, but we want to talk about some of those cards that really, really kind of stood out to us.
That's right. Basically, we got our letters of acceptance to Strixhaven, and we took them and we tore them up. But you know what? It's a couple of classes out there that we want to audit, and these classes are in the form of cards. And today, we're going to talk about that hotness that is out there in Strixhaven. That's right. It's that wizard pepper that's floating through the school hallways, that's making their way to the front of the congregation, aka the class. So let's go through this list and talk about some of our favorite cards from this set. Some of these heaters, some of these, dare I say, bangers.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're back to bangers now. All right, do you want to start off or you want me to start off?
I'll start off. All right, top of the list. Let me start off strong. This is called Semester's End. First of all, it's three in the white. I love this card because it is a combat trick that most people don't see coming. It allows you to exile as many creatures and as many planeswalkers as you want. Then they come back at the next end step. If they're creatures, an additional +1/1 counter. And if it's a planeswalker, an additional loyalty counter. Now, how many people that we played in our play group like to get froggy and destroy everything?
All of them.
Okay, how many people run wrath effects?
All of them.
Trick question, all of them. And when they'll never see this coming, because they'll play, their merciless evictions. They'll play, their supreme verdicts. They'll play their cleansing novas. And you turn around and say, boo-hoo-hoo, poo for you. That's right, I do on your play.
It's almost like a Teferi's Protection.
It's almost like it, but not as good. It's like the Dollar General version of Teferi's Protection. I'm just saying, man. Okay. It's a beautiful card. And if you look at the graphics of it, it looks like my last semester in college, senioritis. What about you, Sid? What you got over there?
I'm going to start off strong as well. I'm going to talk about Extus Auric Overlord.
Never heard of him.
So this one is... Are we using old terminology or are we on the new terminology now? This is Silver Quill, I suppose. It's 1 white and 2 black. It's a 2/4 human warlock with double strike. We don't care about that attack and double strike thing.
That's right.
Wait, why does it even have double strike?
It's for Orzhov or black and colorless, it better be doing a lot.
Yes. Anyway, it has Magecraft. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
That's what black and white does.
Yep, it's basically another level of Athreos. And so, you know how I love my Athreos. So I'm definitely going to run this card. It also has a Rakdos side of it called Awaken the Blood avatar.
It has a Rakdos booty?
That's right.
Okay, Rakdos is on the back. What does that do?
At first, I wasn't going to read it because this is a lot of text.
Oh my God.
But for 6 and Rakdos, as an additional cost to cast a spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This costs 2 less to cast for each creature sacrifices way. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. Then you create a 3/6 black and red avatar creature token with haste, and whenever this creature attacks, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. It's a lot going on.
It's a lot. You know, that's one of my biggest issues with Strixhaven. Each card comes with a book.
I guess that's why we're at the Wizarding School for all these cards.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So are you ready to head on to your next card?
Okay, coming up next, I believe this one is an uncommon. And this is rare that there's uncommons out there that actually make the fold in my cut. But it's called Expressive Iteration. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people looking at me sideways like, why are you sweating over this card? First of all, pump your brakes. Second of all, meet me outside. Third of all, read what it does. So you look at the top 3 cards. You get to put 1 in your hand, you get to exile 1, and you put 1 in your graveyard. The 1 in exile you can play until end of turn. Now let me put you out there for a second. Basically, you get to draw 3 cards and discard 1. Because let's say I draw, 2 lands and a playable card. I'm going to put the playable card in my hand. I'm going to exile a land to play that for turn. And then I'm going to drop another land because technically I might not even need it. The versatility of this card that I get to draw 3 cards and discard 1? Yeah. That is beastly.
Yeah.
What you got over there?
So next, I'm going to talk about something that I may or may not have done in my college years, and that is double major.
Oh, yes.
This is blue and green. I'm still trying to get used to the new terminology. Quandrix, I suppose.
Well, no. We call it Simic.
We call it Simic, yeah. I don't know if these new terminologies is going to stick, maybe for the newer players, but the old heads, you know how we do. So, double major is an instant spell. You can copy target creature spell you control, except it isn't legendary if the spell is legendary.
Now, let me speak on this because this is the first time that I'm actually going to agree with saying that this is a hotness card. It's actually a banger. A while ago, I used to preach about this card called Spark Double. Mm-hmm. I said it need to be in any of your decks with blue. Mm-hmm. Now, if you carry anything with Simic in it, this card needs to be in there because you know why? This card is a banger. That's right. Number 1, number 2 on the playlist, straight from the top.
That's right. It goes upside your head.
Oops, upside your head.
So how about you talk about your next card?
My next card, coming to the front of the congregation to testify, is a freaked flame painter. But I call it his flame painter.
It paints with flames.
It paints with flame, but I call it flamethrower. All right, it makes mixtapes because it does nothing but burn down the block. Now
it pass it out like hot plates,
like hot cakes with extra syrup. Now y'all looking at me funny, but Hadou-ken, it's just a double striking 1/4. You shut your mouth and your behind in that order. This card says that when it does combat damage, you get to cast any instance and sorcery from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Now, do you hear me? Do you feel me? Do you feel me? There are things out there called ultimatums. There are things out there that cost way more mana than I want to spend. You think you know the best way to do that? That guy.
Yeah. Next, I want you to talk about Killian Inc. Duelist.
Oh, here we go again. This guy been talking about this dude ever since. All right, go ahead, preach to the choir.
All right, this is a new legend from Silver Quill College, school, whatever. But it's a warlock 2/2 with lifelink and menace. Basically, here's a highlight of it: spells that you cast that target a creature you control cost 2 less. Now, because Hadou-ken is at sleep on the wheel, I suggest everybody get off the road because he's a dangerous man.
I'm talking about no dose.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, any spell that I cast that targets a creature I control, 2 less. Instants, 2 less. Sorceries, 2 less. Enchantments, auras, 2 less. If I could throw down an equipment and just make it just target a creature, maybe you can in Magic. I forget. 2 less. Yeah. So it's spell slinging in black and white. That's how I see it. Now he's looking at me funny. Now when I take him out with this guy, I don't want to hear any crying.
All right, cool, whatever. Tell me about that one when you wake up.
Okay, sure. I suppose you want to move on to your next one.
Okay. Thanks, Sam, for bringing down the room, but that's okay. I can bring it back up. All right. Coming to the stage, live for one show only, Blade Historian. Now, this guy is Boros Mixture, meaning you can play a combination of red and white, 4 red and white combination just to get him out.
Yep.
Blade Historian says all attacking creatures have double strike.
That you control.
Wait a minute. I don't think y'all heard me out there. Turn your headphones up. Put some trouble in it. All attacking, all attacking creatures.
All them.
Every last one. Them, me and you, your mama and your cousins too. If we attacking, they all have double strike. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, granted, this card has already been printed, but I'm glad that it's
what for 4?
There's a mono red enchantment that does the same thing.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Now we in Boros and we can do it dirty. Because in Boros, we got Gisela. In Boros, we got Calamity. In Boros, we got them heaters out there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I hear you. And I think I accidentally drunk something with your no-dos in it because I fell asleep right here at the table. I'm glad I woke up before you finished your sentence. So moving on.
Shut your mouth and you're behind in that order.
Moving on to the next hotness. As much as I don't like math, I do like the Quandrix Dragon.
Oh God.
So the Quandrix Dragon, I'm not gonna pronounce his first name. Whatever. Tarzan Quandrix.
There's other alternate name, Trash Can Dragon, but keep going.
Sure. We'll talk about your dragon next. 3 green and blue. Mm-hmm. Elder Dragon with Flying Trample. When it enters the battlefield, double the number of 1/1 counters on target creature you control. However, here's the important part. Whenever Quandrix attacks, whenever T-Queasy attacks, you may have the base power and toughness of other creatures you control become equal to T-Queasy's power and toughness until end of turn. You know what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that card in green that everyone plays all the time. It's Overrun. It's Overrun on a dragon.
Question, does it give a trample?
You're in green.
So that's a no, right?
You're in green. Bring your own trample.
Okay, so it's a trash card. Thank you. That's all I need to hear. It's a garbage card. That's cool.
I'm just saying, you pump up the dragon, you swing in with a bunch of saplings,
and get blocked by a 1/1. Yeah, that sounds very tempting. A lot of work for Nathan.
Bring your own trample. You don't have to.
It's a mythic. It should come with it.
It has its own trample.
All right. You know what? Since he brought us down, let's bring us back up. Coming to the stage is it Professor himself, Galazoth. Is it Galazoth?
Galazeth.
Sorry, Galazeth Prismari, head of the class, top mofo in charge. First of all, let me put it like this. None of these Elder Dragons spoke to me that much except for him. And he will never be my main commander, but he will be in the 99. Because he is definitely going to my Brea deck. When he comes to the battlefield, he's bringing some treasure with him. And he also says you can tap artifacts to add color of any mana to cast instants and sorcery spells. I don't think y'all are hearing me.
Mana of any color.
Yes. Turn off the other YouTube video, cut your TV on low, and I need y'all to open your ears to listen to me. You can tap artifacts to add mana of any color to cast instants and sorceries. So treasure tokens, you can tap them to add mana and sacrifice them. Y'all don't hear me.
Actually, it won't work.
Yes, it will.
Treasure tokens you have to tap anyway, right?
No. Treasure tokens you have to sack.
Treasure tokens you tap and sack.
No. Treasure tokens you sack.
About to prove him wrong on camera,
That's
y'all.
okay. We're going to take second cause of the cause. I love these moments where you can just humble somebody. What does it say, Sid?
I want you to read it. I want you to read it out loud.
I'm going to read it out loud.
Read it out loud. You see that? You see that symbol in front? You see that? You see that big symbol?
Okay, you shut your mouth. All right.
No, this is actually a learning moment, not just for you being wrong, but a lot of people actually forget that you have to actually tap treasure tokens because not everyone uses the treasure token card.
No, that's a lie because on Arena you can actually tap the treasure tokens and then get mana off of them. Then you can sack them. Actually, I don't know if you can do that. I don't know. I could be wrong. You know what? First time in history, mark it on your calendar. Ken was wrong about something, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to put a question mark about this one because I think I'm still right about this. But in the other stuff, you can tap it and get the mana off of it. I don't know, stuff that ain't supposed to be tapped.
Yeah, Howling Mine.
Or the Tormund's Crypt. You know, stuff like that.
You do. Tap
you smell what I'm stepping in.
Spell book.
Yeah.
You don't have to tap spell book.
You don't have, you can't tap Stormwell's Crypt? Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm saying you do.
Okay.
But spell book is a 0 costing artifact that just sits there.
We missing the point here.
Yeah.
Y'all smell what I'm stepping in. Let's move on.
All right, so we're actually done. We went through like top 5 or something like that really spoke to us. I got a few more on the list, but hey, I'm going to let y'all handle that. What speaks to you? Let us know in the description below. What cards are you excited about in this new Strixhaven set? What are some of those bangers that we didn't necessarily miss, but we just didn't feel like mentioning today?
But any of those cards that you probably guys see out there or the cards that we mentioned and you thinking, man, I can use some of those to improve my deck. Mm-hmm. How about you check out that affiliate link at the bottom for TCG Player? Help your local LGS out and help yourself out at the same time.
At the same time.
I'm just telling you. And maybe you can help beef up your decks to combat any of those unhumble people out there.
That's right. So, yeah, go ahead, go post haste with honor and show the world what you're made of with these new Strixhaven cards. I'm interested to see how people build around Strixhaven, not just in Commander. I might actually consider what people are doing in one of those lesser formats.
I don't care about lesser formats.
Yeah, I might just peek in because I think the set seems fun, together as its own little thing. But yeah, like I said, let us know in the description below what you're thinking, what cards you're gonna pick up, and what excites you. What do you think about some of our picks? Are they exciting? Are they bangers?
Don't be afraid to tell Sid that his picks are trash. It's okay. He can take it.
Yeah, and I think I'm just going to go sign off right now and let you handle the closing.
Peace.